No, no, none of all that's BS. No, totally BS. Yep.
To say you were present
Yep.
when
Yep.
was feeding is that
Who said that?
detainees?
How would they know me? Okay, think about that. Do you honestly believe that's credible? So this is 2006. I'm a junior officer. Do you honestly think that they would have remembered me from Adam? Of course not. They're just trying to get into the news because they know people like you will consume it because it fits your preordained narrative that you're trying to spin. Focus on the facts and stop worrying about narrative. Yes, sir.
We're joined by former Guantanamo prisoner Mansoor Adayafi. At the age of 18, he left his home in Yemen to do research in Afghanistan. Shortly before he was scheduled to return home, he was kidnapped by Afghan warlords and sold to the CIA after the September 11th attacks. He was jailed and tortured in Afghanistan, then transported to the U.S. military prison at Guantanamo in 2002, where he was held without charge for 14 years, many of those years in solitary confinement.
I was tied to a force-feeding chair, like I couldn't move at all. I could only breathe. Guards bring piles of Ensure, and they started with the nurses pouring can of Ensure one after another. So during the feeding, a group of officers arrived with the interpreters, with the interrogators, campus staff, medical staff. They were behind the fence, and I saw one of them was Ron DeSantis in a military uniform. And he was, while I was screaming, yelling because I couldn't breathe of the Ensure, and was like, I was bleeding because they really insert a thick tube through my nose. So I was like calling them, asking, and he was actually laughing, looking at the other officers and smiling. In 2006, when Ron DeSantis was there during the torture by the force feeding, they really brought thick tubes called 18 French or 25 French with the metal tip, and they just push it down our nose. I got fed 5 times a day. They left me all night, and they give us some kind of laxative liquid in the nutrition liquid. So while sitting on the force feeding chair, we would shit in ourselves, and they left us like that. When they move us to solitary confinement again, they leave us only with shorts, really cold cell. And the second day they will start again, like leave us 4 hours. We couldn't last some for 3 days, 5 days, and we had to stop. So the Ensure, they bought like boxes, 5 boxes or more, and the first feeding bag, where they just pouring Ensure one after another. I felt I was really drowning. On one of the first feeding, while I was throwing up, the tube literally came out of my mouth. I remember the nurse grabbed it from the tube and it's like, start to eat. You have to start to eat. So that lasted for me for 5 days, and I had no choice. Like I couldn't last, either like die or stop the hunger strike, and we stopped.